Hello, welcome back to Greenhill Junction. It's been a while since I had a video up. There's two main reasons for that. A minor reason is the weather has got better, so I'm out and about more. Not really in the house much. But the other thing is I've been trying to do this corner, do the scenic work in this corner, and it's just not working out. I'm trying to do some sort of bridge, but the top track's curved, the bottom track's curved, so it's curve over curve, and it's just not working out the way I want it or the way I want it to look. I went away from it for a bit. I came back today with new bridge bits, and well, what you've got in front of you is what I've managed or not managed to do. So I was getting really frustrated, pretty much threw my toys out the pram. And apart from running trains every now and again, I've not done anything at all. So there's been nothing to report. I am trying not to do what I've got over this side with the tunnel under the hillside. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what I've got over here. I really like it, but I'm trying to use these bridges and the river scene as almost a scenic break and have a much more open scene here rather than just repeat what I've got. But it's not working, and I'm just going to have to like take everything away apart from the track and all that, but take all the sort of scenic stuff that I'm trying to do away and completely rethink it. And right now my mind's blank because I'm just frustrated, so I can't think about it. The other thing that I managed to do was, so this is my Princess Coronation loco, part of the pack. I've got the 3 coaches, so a reasonably rare pack, I think. And it was parked on this siding. And while I've been stretching over and working in the corner, I caught it with my top and it plummeted down to the floor, which is about 4 foot. Amazingly, the first time, note the first time, it survived unscathed. And you know, I think I'm a reasonably intelligent person, so you would think I would go, you know what, probably not a good idea to have a train there while I'm reaching over and working in the corner. I'll just move it. No, I put it back in exactly the same place. And lo and behold, exactly the same thing happened. I knocked it off again, and this time it didn't survive. So it's the buffer casing there split, so that sprung buffer doesn't work. That does. The body shell isn't too bad, but there's a big like plastic tube down there, and there's a big screw that goes in it to fix the body shell onto the gubbins inside, and that's completely snapped off. The glazing has fallen out on both sides. There is a wire loose on the drawbar there, you can just see it. The tender took some pretty major chipping there. And I think pretty much every corner of the tender's damaged. There's a wee bit of damage up there as well. The top section there just caved in. In fact, you can see a chip just on the. In fact, both those corners are chipped. So that was kind of the final nail in the coffin, and I was just like, oh, I've had enough. I was really, really pissed off at myself for being so stupid. So yeah, that's the reason there's not been much happening, because yeah, I've just been completely scunnered. So what I did end up doing though is, well, I thought about fixing this. However, I'm not very good at the intricate stuff, and with things like, you know, that being split, that would need a brand new body shell, and that's probably going to be expensive. Don't even know if this works, because I've not taken the body shell off to see if there's any damage inside, or even like ran it on the track just as it is to see if it works. But I'm pretty good at doing scenery and like buildings, because it's not fiddly. Even the buildings don't really have that many small parts, but when it comes to this, it is fiddly and needs precision. You know, the slightest bit of glue in the wrong place will be just so obvious. So what I did do is I went and got a new one. So this is the new, in inverted commas, Hornby Princess Coronation class. I think it came out about 2018, 2019. I do have the blue version, and I got that brand new, and it still runs like an absolute dream. So I managed to get this for £120 on Etsy of all places, which is pretty good because these are retailing still for over £200. And a lot of places are around about 190 to £210, which I wasn't wanting to pay. So yeah, I was a bit dubious about the quality of this or the condition of it, but I've had a look and it looks brand new to me. Got the Duchess of Hamilton. There was a couple of versions I think of this, but I like having a Scottish connection on my railway. I grew up not far from Hamilton. I'm still not a million miles away from Hamilton right now, where I stay. So yeah, it was good to get the Duchess of Hamilton. So what I think I'm going to do is we'll get this out the packet, we'll have a quick look at it, and that gives me now 6 Princess class locomotives in various guises. I've got 6 tracks, so let's just have a good old running session with the Princess classes. So let's have a look at this and we'll play some trains. So back in a bit. Right, there you go. There is Duchess of Hamilton out the box. I mean, straight off, it's a stunning model. Um, the color alone is such a deep, like maroon color with a lovely sheen to it. And you can see if I back it up to the older model, you can see there's a good difference in the color. Granted, it might be a bit unfair because that one might have faded in time, but yeah, it's a lovely, lovely model. And I mean, yet again, this is my 20 something Hornby model, both new and second hand, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't understand the constant barrage of Hornby haters online and on YouTube. Um, I can't be that lucky that everything I get is in perfect working order and nothing falling off it, etc., etc., etc. It's it's a wee bit strange and it's quite frustrating actually as well, like looking at things in forensic detail. Oh, look, there's a tiny little glue mark that you can't actually see unless I really, really zoom into it. Yeah, let's just enjoy it for what it is. It's a stunning model. You look at it from this sort of range and you can't see anything wrong with it. So that might start some controversy, but never mind, that's my opinion. But yeah, this is beautifully decorated. I absolutely love the white wheels. They really, really stick out with the centre. I presume that's the axles or whatever. Painted white as well. That makes quite a difference compared to this one. Overall, I mean, the actual body shell isn't fantastically different between the two. I've noticed the chimney is a bit more refined on this one. It's Come on, focus. It's focusing on the back side of the front. There we go. So yeah, it's much more sort of moulded into the body, whereas this one looks a bit just plonked on. But I mean, I suppose it's just an update, isn't it? It's not like the actual loco will have changed, so it's just an updated model. And it's made to look better. It must have a better engine in it. I'm not going to go into detail on that because I'm quite happy if it runs. But yeah, I mean the rivet details along the side is lovely. The lines are lovely. You got your glazing. Again, all the wheels are nicely picked out, even on the tender. And the decoration is flawless. You get the vents that open and close if that's your thing. I don't think this will have a flickering firebox because it was brought out just before that was sort of brought into the Hornby range, which is a shame because I think that's quite a nice feature. But the cab is particularly well detailed, but I'll show you that in another clip because as usual you need to actually get the tender out the way to see the best of the cab. But yeah, for 120 quid, I would absolutely want to watch, to be quite honest with that. I'd go as far to say if I paid what the retail price is, the 180 to £210, I probably wouldn't be that disappointed, to be honest, because it's such a nice loco and hopefully a nice runner. I haven't got it running yet. I need to get the chip into it, but yeah, really quite pleased with that. Certainly making me feel a bit better about dropping that a couple of times. So yeah, I'll do a quick video of the cab detail, and then I think I'll do another one just showing you how to fit the DCC chip, get it running, and then we'll have a nice running session with the 6 Princess class locos that I've got, and that'll be that. So back in a bit. Right, so that is the best view I can get you of the cab, because the tender and the loco are connected via a metal drawbar, like his Hornby's sort of way. But I mean, you can see that's stunning. So much detail picked out there. You know, there's detail on the gauges. You get I think that's the regulator that's been picked out separately. All the pipe work. Yeah, that's just beautiful. Such a shame you can't really see it unless you're doing something like this, but yeah, it's still nice. And you get the really nicely painted cab doors, and there's like an etched footplate there, which is quite nice as well. Don't know if that's meant to be up or down. I'll just stick it up just now until I get this running and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely worth 120 quid. I dare say it's probably worth the £200, just with the quality of it. Again, there might be opinions on that, but if this runs as well as Princess Elizabeth, then yeah, I've just got a Brucey bonus. So aye, let's get it chipped, running, and then we'll have a running session. Right, fitting the DCC chip is actually pretty straightforward, which is good. So what you need to do is get your loco upside down one way or another. I like using one of these foam cradles just to give it some support. And if I just take you into the tender, you might not be able to see in this light, but there are 2 screws that you need to take out there and there. And that's all that's securing the tender to the tender body to the tender frame, I suppose, if you want to call it. Then what you need to do is turn it over, and the tender simply comes back like that. Now, the first time you do that, you may hear what sounds like cracking plastic and think, "Ah, rubbish, I've just broken my loco." But it's because, if I can get this to focus, there are these 2 lugs at the back that hook on to the back of the tender. There's 2 black holes there, and that's how it comes off. So don't be too afraid. It does work, and yeah, hopefully it goes back on okay. So what you can see there is the DCC plate with the blanking chip in. So simple case, take that blanking chip out, take the DCC chip. This is just the Hornby 4 function decoder 8-pin chip, because well, this loco doesn't have a lot of functions. It goes forwards and backwards, and that's it. There is a space in there if you want to put a speaker in for sound. Not a big fan of sound, to be honest, not in a small way out in the bedroom anyway. And that'll be that. So I'll get the decoder fitted and get it all programmed, run in, and yeah, and we'll get some trains going. So back in a bit. there you go, there's a nice wee running session with the Duchess of Hamilton on the way out and the other Princess class locomotives. So let me know what you think of the model. Which Princess Loco is your favourite that was running round on the way out. Like and share the video if you think it's any good. Please do leave me any comments you have. And I will hopefully be back soon with what's happening in the other corner once I figure out a plan. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.